Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the 99 Names. We are back in the studio with Ammar.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I think the last time we were here was 34 degrees in Houston as some freak weather that kind of happened upon us. And as we were talking, there's a breath that we could see coming out of our mouths.
Yes. Now it's just hot air.
Yeah. Now it's super hot air where it's just like Ammar is like, hey, we're back in Sudan.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. I mean, Sudan right now is rough right now. So I'd rather be in Houston. My friend was just talking to me and he said that he was in a gas line for 8 hours.
Oof.
They have no gas. They have no...
So it's like post-Harvey Houston.
Yes. It's post-Harvey's Houston, but there's no hurricane or anything that they can blame it on. They can just blame it on the...
like what, economic embargoes or whatever?
It's not even economic embargoes. It's just mismanagement of the resources that they have. So they're running out of... Last year, they ran out of money. Literally, they ran out of money in ATMs and in banks and stuff like that. There was no currency.
Like in India, where they decided, you know what, we're not going to have these particular bills anymore.
Yeah, but it was not because of a decision. It was just they ran out.
They just ran out of money.
They just ran out of money. So
they're the government. Can't they just print more money?
That causes something called inflation.
Well, yeah, they're probably running into that already, right?
So that was one. Then we're talking about bread lines. We're talking about gas. And of course, when you run out of gas, how does that affect
transportation,
commodities,
costs,
work, everything? So it's just a horrible situation.
There's a thing where when gas prices go up in the United States, cost of produce goes up.
Yeah.
And they're also saying that the very fragile nature of our transportation system here in this nation is that if they stopped, if trucks, like, those 18-wheelers, which
are the lifeline of the country.
Yeah. If they stopped delivering, the nation would collapse within 5 weeks. Because hospitals wouldn't get their supplies, grocery stores wouldn't get their supplies.
I mean, everything's dependent on the trucking industry.
Yeah.
Those guys are like the unsung heroes of the country.
Yeah. And you see them driving like they are, like the highways and the interstates were built for them.
Yeah.
Not so that we can have joyrides.
No. It's not so that college students could drive from California to Florida for spring break.
You might want to bring the book over to...
So that I'm not knocking over the microphone?
Yes,
I've got a lot of books here that are not in the frame, that are just open.
This is book number 1.
So this book right here is a book on the names of Allah by Sheikh Ammar Sulaiman Alshukry.
Not AlMaghrib's Ammar Sulaiman.
Not America's Sheikh Ammar Sulaiman. Although Sheikh Ammar Sulaiman Alshukry, who's a famous scholar, great scholar who passed away, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6. He is a sheikh of Sheikh Ammar Sulaiman.
Okay. So Ammar Sulaiman, we'll talk about Ammar Sulaiman.
United States, yes.
Nice.
Sheikh Ammar Sulaiman studied with Sheikh Ammar Sulaiman, I think, in Jordan for a period of time. Then we have here, this is one of my favorite books, and you can see it's very worn out.
This is the same book that he keeps featuring.
Always. Yep. So this is Ma'Allah by Sheikh Salman Al-Uda. May Allah free him from his imprisonment. He got... and then we have the Fiqh of Al-Asma' Al-Husna by Sheikh Abdul Razak Abdul Muhsin Al-Badr.
Now,
see that here.
How does that work?
The 3.
Fiqh of Asma' Al-Husna.
I mean, he's just basically, when he talks about the fiqh of the names of Allah, it's literally, he's doing the same thing that what other people are doing, except that what he's trying to do is he's trying to find out how to apply these names in the life, and are there any sort of
So we're not talking about, okay, so we are talking about halal, haram, fard, sunnah.
Not really.
No,
I mean,
okay.
it's more just, I guess, how he titled it.
Because that's just kind of misleading then, isn't it?
No, I mean, you kind of just get the gist of it once you go through it, but it's not, I didn't pick up the book thinking that it was going to be like fiqh. It's a theological discussion.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just wondering how that.
It's more of a terminology to indicate like how these names are applied.
Okay.
How do you apply these names?
The practicality of the names of Allah.
Exactly.
Okay.
The practicality. That's probably a better translation than what I was saying just now.
But I guess in Arabic, the word fiqh is more encompassing.
Absolutely.
Okay. So guys, it's not about the law of Allah.
No, it's not.
Which is the tajweed rule with Wissam.
Which is what?
Because when you pronounce the lam in Allah is the law of Allah.
Ah,
Get it?
that's a plug for Quran Revolution.
Yes, indeed. Y'all want to learn how to recite Quran in 12 hours? Or actually, if you want to read Arabic in 12 hours, go to level 1. If you want to be able to learn Tajweed in 16 hours, go to level 2.
So speaking of levels, I went to Australia recently.
Yeah.
And that's not really a segue. I just wanted to talk about Australia.
Let's do it. Let's make this episode all about Australia. Which, by the way, the photos he sent over, I might just throw them up on the screen, look very much like Clear Lake.
Oh, Clear Lake.
I'm like,
which
hey.
is an area of Texas.
Yeah,
So
which is the
I was
boondocks.
in Perth, Australia,
Okay.
which is Clear Lake, Texas.
Sure.
It's Western Australia.
Okay.
And Perth is where Sheikh Yahya Ibrahim
That's where
resides.
he lives?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's Australia is big.
Yeah.
So
It's the size of the United States. A continental, like
I
east,
mean, it's east
east-
to west is a 5-hour flight.
yeah, it's about 3,000 miles. Like if you were to take the continent of Australia, put it on top of the U.S., it would be about the same size.
I was not expecting it to be that big.
You thought it was an island?
I just thought it was like, okay, like flying from one city to the next is going to be 2.5 hours. They said it's a 5-hour flight.
Yeah.
I was like, where am I going?
It's like imagine the United States with having 4 cities.
It's I'm trying to think of what the fourth city was. Brisbane.
Okay.
So Brisbane. So you have Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, or what they call Melbourne.
Oh, they call it Melbourne?
Yeah, Melbourne.
Not
so
Melbourne?
Whenever you say Melbourne, it's just like they're like, oh. And then you have Perth, and Perth is all the way on the west coast by itself.
That's where you get close to New Zealand and
it's
stuff.
a 5-hour flight from anywhere.
Okay.
It's a 5-hour flight from Singapore, and it's a 5-hour flight from the other cities.
Do
in
you
Australia.
find more Polynesian looking people on the East Coast? I mean, no, not the Perth is east or west.
West?
Okay, never mind. So what's on the east side?
The east side is Melbourne, Sydney,
Okay.
Brisbane, the Gold Coast.
So would that side seemingly have more?
I don't know. To be honest, everywhere I went, I kind of just saw Somalis and Indians and
You didn't see
our people.
You didn't see people that look like Crocodile Dundee.
No, white people. I did.
Yeah,
see,
but like not just white people, but I'm
like
talking
in
about
khakis and stuff.
and khakis with the with the tiger
No, I was
teeth.
in a major city. So, and I was in Melbourne, and Melbourne is actually the #1 ranked most livable city in the world.
Okay, what do you mean livable city?
Whatever their ranking they were using, as far as it being not too crowded, not too congested, it having fair, I guess, wages.
I hear gas is really expensive in Australia.
That's what I heard too, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had thought it was something like $15.
No, not $15, but
I
like
remember hearing
$4 a
something
gallon,
like that.
like $4 American gallon.
It probably is similar to that.
Okay.
It's probably
Because I had
similar to
my when I
that.
was
But once
in.
you go to Europe and stuff, they pay incredibly high prices for gas anyway.
Oh, okay. Didn't think about that.
So, 2 major discoveries made, other than meeting a group of kangaroos, which I did.
Did you see kangaroos fighting?
No, I didn't see kangaroos fighting. In
Okay.
fact, I was surprised. They were kind of just grazing,
Okay.
just like sheep would graze, or any one of these type of livestock would graze.
Sure.
They were in a park, and it was a cluster of them. I don't know what they call a group of kangaroos, but it was a
A
cluster
herd?
of them.
A pack,
Yes, and so
maybe.
they were just kind of chilling, man, in the park, and we went over to them, and I just kind of
Would they allow you to get like?
no, not too close.
Okay.
They would hop away from you.
Okay.
They would hop away,
They,
but
they didn't get aggressive.
no, not
Okay.
aggressive at all. They don't get aggressive towards you. They hop away. But something which was kind of sad to see is that all of people's cars over there are reinforced. They have like these steel beams across from them in the front of their cars.
Oh, because they're like deer.
Because what they told me was that kangaroos jump into the light. They're not like deers getting caught in headlights.
Okay.
They're
They're attracted by it.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't know how true that is, but everybody has a story about hitting a kangaroo. I was just like, that's so sad, man. But they
That's-
have a lot of kangaroos. So
Now, do
actually
they
have
serve kangaroo like they serve venison here?
yeah, I haven't had. I didn't have it, but I've heard of people having kangaroo meat, describing it and things like that.
I wonder if it tastes like rabbit or if it tastes like deer.
I've never had rabbit, to be honest.
Mm.
I've never had rabbit. But
Now, would rabbit taste like raccoon?
I've never had raccoon either.
Thor reference
Oh.
or Infinity War.
Okay,
I
thought that you had raccoon.
Well, the guy at Thor he's Australian, and he calls Rocket
Rabbit.
Yeah.
So number 2, are the 2 major discoveries. And this is very important. Is Tim Tam.
What is that?
Tim Tam is the national chocolate bar of Australia.
Like a Snickers for the U.S.?
It's like Kit Kat.
Okay.
Just so much better. So
Kit Kat,
I had a bag that I was given.
Okay.
And it's sitting in my hotel room for like maybe 4 days. And I hadn't even paid attention to it. And then on one occasion, I'm just sitting there and I just opened one up.
Yeah.
It's a little chocolate bar. It was the minis version.
Sure.
So I just open up a pack, take one bite, and the next thing I know, the entire bag is gone.
Wow. Okay.
It was so good. It's a biscuit surrounded by chocolate. Okay, so it's a biscuit covered in chocolate.
Yeah, it's like a Kit Kat.
It's like a Kit Kat.
Okay.
Just so much better. Okay.
So it's like a big cat Kit Kat.
But they're longer. So the original size, they
Yeah.
used to dip in their tea and stuff like that.
Oh.
And everybody's like, you need to do the Tim Tam slam. And I'm like, what is that? And they're like, you have to bite the top right corner off.
Yeah.
Because it's rectangular.
Sure.
Top right corner and the bottom left corner. So the
Okay.
top right and the bottom left. And then what you do is you dip half of it into your drink.
I'm guessing it just absorbs up.
And then you sip it up like a straw. Okay? Which looks really dumb. Like if you have an adult who's sitting there kind of like dipping a chocolate bar into it and trying to suck on it,
Yeah.
it looks really stupid. But people were doing it and stuff like that. So then when you take it out, that chocolate that was in the coffee or whatever,
Yeah.
it becomes very, very soft. And biting it,
Oh, it doesn't just melt off?
it doesn't melt off.
Okay.
I mean, you have to time it right. But
Okay,
It's
okay.
just, it's unbelievable.
Knowing myself, I'd like to see. I'm like, I'm going to have some chocolate coffee.
Unbelievable, man. It was the discovery of Australia.
Is it dark chocolate or is it milk
No,
chocolate?
it's milk chocolate.
Mm.
It's the best chocolate. Maybe they have a dark chocolate version. I'm sure they have like a variety, but the classic one.
When I went to
unbelievable.
Denver, I discovered dark chocolate Reese's.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
That sounds amazing. It
This-
tastes amazing.
The second thing, though, so you're a dark chocolate guy.
Absolutely. 60% or higher.
Okay, I don't even know what that means. That's because I never go in that direction. Number 2 is camel milk.
Okay.
I
Now-
went to a Somali masjid for Jum'ah.
Yeah.
At the end of Jum'ah, they were passing out camel milk.
Just like-
what is this?
Just like bagels.
No,
in
actually,
New
they were
Jersey.
selling it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But got a big bottle of camel milk, and I had the Friday night seminar
Mhm.
of the seminar. But I had went for Jum'ah, so we got like 4 hours. Then I messaged a number of people and just said, "Hey, camel milk. What do y'all think?" Everybody was like, "Do not drink that before the Friday night. It is a detoxer.
Oh.
It will destroy you.
Oh,
blah
no.
blah blah." So I said, "Challenge accepted." Down the whole bottle.
Oh, no.
Alhamdulillah. So it was.
Was
I've
it-
had
was
camel
it-
milk before.
Well-
No, for me it was absolutely fine.
Oh, because you probably had it then.
I've
Before.
had camel milk years ago. In fact, my village in Sudan, our next city over,
Yeah.
is famous for its camel market. Like,
Okay.
On the national level, it's famous for their camel market.
Okay.
So people go there to have camel liver and for them to have, obviously, buy camels or
Sure,
things like
sure.
that.
What is it? Does it taste like regular milk?
It tastes like regular milk.
Yeah.
It tastes very much like, it tastes like what milk should taste like. Like in America, our cow milk doesn't really taste like milk.
I mean, if you get milk from the farm, that has
So,
a different taste than
This
the...
milk, for example, has froth.
Okay.
It has,
So it's like farm milk.
yes, it's
Okay.
like it's got a residue that it leaves on the cup,
Sure.
which our milk doesn't,
No.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's very much got a different texture. And
This gives me
what
an
I've been told is that it's much more healthy than cow's milk. It's got more iron. It's got more protein.
Okay.
It's got more calcium. It even helps regulate insulin levels for those who are diabetic.
Interesting.
And so, but it's
wonder how-
expensive here.
Well, of course, because there's no camels here.
There are no camels. So like a little bottle of like a liter will run you like $20.
And there's no I mean, there are deserts in the U.S., but they're not like impassable.
No. But actually, there's an organization called Desert Farms.
Yeah.
Not an organization, but a company, and it's by a Muslim guy. I think he's Saudi Arabian, who lives in the United States, and he's like, "Oh, there's no camel milk here. Let's start it up."
Oh man.
So he's actually networking with Amish people in Pennsylvania
Oh.
who are who have some camels. He's getting them to, and so
And they'll do
that's
it.
one company.
They'll do it all the old school way.
Yeah.
Like even their bikes don't have pedals.
And that's why the price is so high. But it's good stuff, man. So camel milk.
This gives me an idea. Is like one thing that's not in the market today, especially when it comes to teas, right?
And it's very filling, by the way.
I would imagine, because you just mentioned all these vitamins and
The
nutrients.
Somalis, they say, because they drink camel milk a lot, the Somalis, they say a mouthful of camel milk gets you through half the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's true.
I mean, all I've had this morning is camel milk so far.
Now, how much would a gallon of camel milk go?
So if you're talking about a liter is $20.
Dang.
So you're talking about a gallon is
it's like $2. It's like $2 for a liter of milk or carton of like $3. No,
$2.50.
Well, you get a gallon for like $2.50.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and you're talking about a liter.
So multiply that by 4. So you 3.75, but let's just say 4. It's $80.
Shoot, that's not worth it.
$80 compared to $3.
Dang, man.
But it's like a meal replacement. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a $10 meal.
Wait, now here in Houston, where would one get it?
There's one spot that's in this area. It's called Amin's Grocery.
Okay.
So it's a halal grocery spot.
All right, and they sell camel milk at $20 a liter,
which is actually a good price.
I'm thinking I might try that for Ramadan. For suhoor.
For suhoor.
Yeah.
It might work.
Now the question is the calorie count reflective?
150 calories.
150 calories
for a glass.
For a single glass. Okay, that's significantly more than a glass of milk.
I might be wrong.
Because 150 calories, that's like 2/3 of a Snickers ice cream bar. But the thing that I was pondering.
That's what half of a normal meal would be. 300 calories, 400 calories.
I don't know what kind of meals you're eating, but my meals have to be at least 500 calories. So 500 to 700 calories is a nice filling meal that doesn't slow me down. 300 calories is just like, all right, I'm still hungry.
Sadaqt.
Yeah. But the thought that I had is something that I don't think anybody's ever done is I'm just imagining selling teas, but the variation in the tea is not the kind of tea, but the milk that's applied to it.
I don't like any tea that hasn't been handpicked by monkeys.
For those of you who don't understand that, Ammar, you want to tell them the story?
So Belal has a addictive personality. And so every year he picks a subject that he gets excited about, and then he delves into it, and he kind of learns it inside out, and then he becomes an advocate of that thing for 1 year. So there was 1 year where it was tea. And so Belal became obsessed about tea, and he learned tea and studied tea.
I got my certified tea mastery.
I
became a tea master.
He became a tea master. And so this was back when he was living in Maryland, I think.
Yeah.
On one occasion, I went there to go visit him, and he was all about tea. And he was talking to me about monkey-picked oolong tea with a straight face, talking about tea that was picked by monkeys somewhere in China or something like that.
In tradition, essentially, these Buddhist monks would train their monkeys to go pick the tea leaves because some of these trees grew really big and tall. And to save themselves the effort, they trained a bunch of monkeys to go do it. And it gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, even a monkey can do it.
Even a monkey could do it. So... with a straight face, this guy is talking to me about tea that is picked by monkeys. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? And then he takes me to Tea Havana, because that was his new favorite spot. This tea shop. And we go there, and he's like, okay, get this tea and get this tea and get this tea and get this tea. And when we get to the counter, this guy rings it up, and it's $70. And I'm like, I am not paying $70 for tea. How was that?
So, well, what would you say my obsession is lately?
Right now, I don't know. We just reconnected this year, so I don't know what 2018 obsession you have.
My wife says it's this room right here.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I did take a couple of master classes on sound design and engineering to be able to make things sound good. So we'll see. And it's funny though, because I don't even realize, like I don't look at it like, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on.
But it's what you do.
Yeah, I guess. So, but yeah, guys, we are now thoroughly warmed up. And so we are going to...
Are you going to do a new take, or are you just going to keep rolling?
No, we'll just clap and cut and then move forward. So having said that, guys, welcome back. And let us proceed with the 99 names of Allah in the next episode.